All right, so I'm having a normal morning this morning, preparing for this conversation that we have every day on Survive to Thrive. And I'm studying and I start taking notes and I start preparing and then decide I don't like what I've got. So I tear it up and start over again. I keep reading, keep studying, start writing notes again, put together another outline and decide again I don't like it and tear it up and start over again. And I know that I need to be finished prepping for this call by 7:30 in the morning in order to be in the office for our 8:30 huddle. And 7:30 is coming and I don't have anything. And I'm like, oh boy, this is going to be fun. And here's where I'm at. I think this was happening for a reason. I think this was happening because I need to have an unprepared, from the heart conversation with you, leader to my KW family. How's that? Okay. So I've had some interesting conversations recently, and one of the agents has approached me, asked me, John, why don't you get back into production? You know, with the way homes are selling today, and the average prices that we have, you and Monica would just make a killing. You'd make so much more money than you're currently making, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And my response was, I'm committed to what I'm doing, right? And I am, guys. This is not a conversation leading in to let you know that I'm going back into production or something like that. This is a conversation around why wouldn't I? Why would I choose to continue doing what I'm doing? Because let's be really honest, sometimes this is really hard and not everybody always appreciates what you do for them. Matter of fact, if you're in leadership, for those of you who are on this call with me every day that are in positions of leadership, so Tara Carter, for example, I'm speaking to you. When you're in leadership long enough, there's going to be people who don't like you. I promise you. Get ready. If you're not already dealing with it, you will be. Okay. And it'll keep you awake at night. If you're anything like me, you can have 10 people who love you and one person who hates you, and you'll stay up all night thinking about the one who hates you. I don't know why that is, but I know that that's just true. Okay. So I'm 7.5 years in this team leader role, and I had another interesting conversation with a couple gentlemen who are building this organization, and they're talking about their path to where they want to get. And, you know, a big part of that is recruiting, right? And they're talking about, you know, we only want to recruit agents who are in production. I'm like, big mistake. If you took a hard stance on you're only going to grow your business through agents who are already in production, you're saying no to some amazing talent. And I just want to share something with you guys. So, you know, I think numbers tell a story. Gary Keller would say the path is in the math. And in the last 7 years, out of 30 agents that are our top 30 agents at Keller Williams Coral Springs, I recruited 24 of them to the market center. 6 were already here. Okay. And of those 24 that I recruited to the office, 14 were brand new agents when they joined the office. 14. Almost half of our top 30 were brand new agents when they joined the office, Nick. Now, what if I took a hard stance that I'm going to grow this business by only focusing on agents who are in production? Those 14 agents wouldn't be here, would they? You know, my job description as a team leader is 3 things. It's trainer, coach, and recruiter. And I'm sharing that with you in that order because priority-wise, they are in that order. My first job is I'm a teacher. No, it's interesting because that's actually what I went to school for. My degree is in education. So, I mean, I guess God knew what he was doing because I'm finally a teacher again after 2 years of teaching school and failing out of that or getting out of that or whatever. Okay, bunny trail, get back. And I'm a coach. I'm a consultant. I'm your friend and we have difficult conversations and I help you through difficult times. And I'm a shoulder to cry on. I am the cheerleader when you win. I am a friend to hug you when you lose. I am there to stand beside you, good and bad. And then I am a recruiter. I'm a recruiter, okay? So that is part of the mix. Some more interesting numbers. When we started back in June of 2015, we had 75 agents in the office. We have 332 today. Our closed units in 2015, that was my first year here, was 360. We closed 1,254 last year, on track to close 1,400 in 2022. Our closed sales volume was 123,413,000. Our closed sales volume last year was 537,181,000, and we're tracking over 600 million for the year. And probably the most important number. Guys, if you're talking.
Audio recording just stopped.
All right, hold on a second. Sorry, everybody. Done. Okay, probably the most important number to you, it would be to me, by the way, if I'm you, is GCI, or gross commission income. The gross commission income back in 2015 was $2,812,000. That's how much money you guys earned the first year that I was here as a team leader. Last year it was 14,284,000. We're tracking about 16 million this year. So numbers tell the story. It's not good or bad. It just is. And you can create your own story. I'm not going to tell you what's the story that you should create. I'm just sharing the numbers with you. Okay. And I was a real estate agent for 13 years before I became a team leader. And there were times when I was doing really, really well. And then there were times when I was struggling, kind of like you guys. There were times when I was winning, and then there were times when I was losing. There were times where I was making a lot of money. And then there were times when I didn't know how I was going to pay the bills. And, you've heard me share with you before, adversity is preparation for greatness. Adversity is also preparation for adversity. When you go through adversity in your lives, you're prepared for adversity. So whenever hard times show up, my first thought is, oh, okay, here we go. There you are. I know you. Let's do this. And what we know is there's never a point in our life where that stops, okay? You're either heading for adversity, you're in adversity, you're coming out of adversity. Now you come out of adversity and you're stronger for having been in adversity, for going through those tough times. Iron sharpens irons, right? Without pressure, there would be no diamonds, okay? And I promise you, enjoy it, because adversity is coming again. Hard times are coming again. And if I look at my role as a team leader, there's been times when I've done really, really well. I was on stage with Gary Keller in 2019 in front of 16,000 people for being one of the top team leaders in the company. Lots of recognition, spotlight, felt great. If you ask somebody today, do you know John Dietz? You probably hear no. Who's he? Right? I'm not in the spotlight, and that's just life. How do I feel about that? I don't care. It's not why I do what I do. I do this because of you. Why am I not going back into production? Because I want to see you win. And if I go back into production, I can't be a part of that. Why am I hanging in there when maybe I shouldn't be? Because I want to be there when you win. When you've crossed that finish line and win the race, I want to be there to cheer you on. I want to be a part of your success story. I want to be a part of the legacy that you leave for your children. I want to make a difference in the world. I want to make a difference in your life. I want to make a difference in the lives of people that maybe I'll never meet. I look every day at everybody that we have here on Zoom, and I recognize most of you, and some of you I don't. I know where most of you work, and some of you I don't. And it doesn't matter. I had an agent last night from New York reach out to me because of YouTube. And he's been in the business for a while, 6 years plus, selling houses. It's just not hitting his goals. And you could tell by the way he wrote his emails, he's thought about giving up. He's thought about quitting, and he's reaching out and he's asking for help. And my response back to him was, first of all, good for you. Good for you for reaching out and asking for help. Now, secondly, I'm here to help you. Let's get together and talk about what we need to do in order to take your business to the next level so you can live the life that you deserve to live. It's those conversations that keep me doing what I'm doing. And, what's interesting is I believe that we've built, now I'm talking to my Coral Springs family, just me to you, eye to eye. We've talked about building a company that everybody would want to be a part of, and that nobody would ever want to leave. The vision that I've shared with you for the Coral Springs Market Center, well, first of all, the mission statement for Keller Williams Realty National is to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. Right? The vision is to be the real estate company of choice for real estate agents and their clients. My vision for you is that Keller Williams Coral Springs would be the first real estate office in the history of Keller Williams where 100% of the agents are in production and hitting their goals. Now, it's a big goal. It's an unrealistic goal. It's playing an infinite game, because will that day ever come? Probably not. And the goal is not to get there. The goal is to stay in the game. You hear that? The goal is not to get to a point where 100% of our agents are in production and hitting their goals. The goal is to stay in the game. You want to change the words? It's to stay in the fight. Because you either fight or flight, and trust me, that's my option. I'm either going to stay in the fight or I'm going to run. And if that's my vision, I'm going to stay in the fight. So the answer to, John, why wouldn't you? John, why wouldn't you? Guys, I get recruited every day, just like you. And I have these big companies calling and offering me anything I want. Large amounts of money. And I'm staying in the fight with you because of you. All right. That was my unprepared, from the heart conversation. And I hope that it went well. I hope you heard me. More importantly than hearing me, I hope you heard my heart. All right, Louise, talk to us.
Your heart speaks.